Most people over the age of 50 will never be told this inside a doctor's office. Not because their doctor does not care, but because the average medical appointment gives your physician about 12 minutes to see you, write a prescription, and move on. What I am about to share with you today took me over 3 decades of clinical practice, hundreds of research papers, and thousands of patient conversations to fully understand. And I am giving it to you completely free in the next 15 minutes. So if you have ever felt tired for no reason, if your joints ache in the morning, if your blood pressure creeps up no matter what you do, or if your doctor keeps adding medications instead of taking them away, then you need to watch every single second of this video. Because the answer to most of what is aging your body right now is not in a pharmacy. It is in your kitchen. Today I am walking you through 10 of the most powerful foods on this planet. Foods that work at the cellular level to slow aging, protect your heart, clean your arteries, and give your immune system the ammunition it desperately needs after the age of 50. And I promise you, by the time we reach food number 7, you are going to look at your grocery list completely differently. Let us start right now. The first food on this list is one that most Americans walk right past in the grocery store. It sits quietly on the shelf. It is cheap. It looks boring. And it is one of the most medically powerful foods I have ever studied in my entire career. I am talking about raw sauerkraut. Not the pasteurized version in the can. Not the heated jar sitting on a grocery shelf. I mean the raw, refrigerated, live fermented cabbage that is absolutely teeming with beneficial microorganisms. Here is what your body is doing every single second of every single day. Your gut contains somewhere between 38 and 100 trillion microorganisms. That is more microbial cells than human cells in your entire body. And after the age of 50, that gut ecosystem begins to collapse. The diversity of good bacteria drops. Inflammation in the gut lining increases. And here is the part that most people never connect. When your gut is inflamed, your heart is inflamed, your brain is inflamed, your joints are inflamed. Everything is connected through what scientists in 2026 now call the gut organ axis. Raw sauerkraut delivers billions of live lactobacillus bacteria directly into that ecosystem. Think of it like restocking a depleted forest with new trees. One single cup of raw sauerkraut contains more beneficial bacteria than most commercial probiotic supplements on the market today. But the bacteria are just the beginning. Sauerkraut is also the most concentrated source of vitamin C of any food I know. 1 cup gives you over 700 milligrams. That is 10 times what most guidelines recommend daily. Vitamin C at that level is not just fighting colds. It is repairing the collagen inside your arterial walls. It is protecting your mitochondria, the tiny energy engines inside every cell of your body, from oxidative damage. It is directly supporting the white blood cells that hunt down cancer cells and foreign invaders. But there is something else inside sauerkraut that most doctors have never even mentioned to their patients. It is called vitamin U, and the technical name is S-methylmethionine. This compound goes directly into the lining of your stomach and intestines and rebuilds the protective mucus layer. If you have ever suffered from an ulcer, from gastritis, from that burning feeling after eating, this specific nutrient is like a repair crew sent in to patch the damage. And the microbes inside sauerkraut produce vitamin K2 naturally. I will talk more about K2 throughout this video because it is one of the most important anti-aging nutrients discovered in the last 2 decades. For now, just understand this. K2 is the molecule that tells calcium where to go in your body. Without enough K2, calcium drifts into your arteries and your joints and hardens them like concrete. With enough K2, that same calcium goes into your bones where it belongs. Half a cup to 1 cup of raw sauerkraut daily. That is all it takes. And if you think that was powerful, wait until you hear what the second food does to your blood pressure and your circulation. Because this one works inside your arterial walls in a way that no medication fully replicates. The second food is arugula. Now I know what you are thinking. Doctor, it is just a salad green. But listen carefully because I want you to understand the chemistry happening inside your blood vessels right now. As we age, The inner lining of our arteries, a thin layer called the endothelium, begins to stiffen and lose its ability to relax. Imagine your arteries as garden hoses. When you are young, those hoses are flexible, soft, and open. Blood moves through them effortlessly. After decades of inflammation, oxidative stress, and poor nutrition, those hoses become rigid, stiff, narrowed, blood pressure rises, the heart strains, and the risk of stroke and heart attack climbs every single year. Arugula is the single highest dietary source of nitrates on this planet. And when you eat arugula, your body converts those nitrates into a molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like a signal that tells the walls of your arteries to relax and open wide. Blood pressure drops. Circulation improves throughout the entire body. The heart does less work. And here is something I want the men in this audience to pay close attention to. That same nitric oxide pathway is responsible for healthy circulation in every part of the body, including areas that many men over 55 begin to notice problems. Arugula is a cruciferous vegetable, which means it also contains sulforaphane, a compound with well-documented anti-cancer activity. A generous bowl of arugula with high-quality extra virgin olive oil drizzled over the top is one of the most protective meals you can put into your body. The olive oil itself deserves its own mention here. Real extra virgin olive oil, the kind that produces a slight burning sensation at the back of your throat when you swallow it, contains polyphenols that are 20 times more potent as antioxidants than green tea. These polyphenols feed your mitochondria directly, support autophagy, which is your body's built-in cellular cleaning process, and reduce the clotting tendency of your blood. 90% of heart attacks are triggered by a blood clot, not by plaque alone. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most powerful natural anti-clotting agents in existence. Pair it with arugula and you have a combination that protects your heart, your brain, and your arteries simultaneously. Now stay with me because food number 3 is where things get really interesting, and this is the one that most people are still afraid of because of outdated advice they received 20 years ago. Wild-caught salmon. For decades, Americans were told to eat low-fat, to fear cholesterol, to avoid anything that looked rich or oily. That advice has now been thoroughly dismantled by modern research. Fat is not your enemy. The right fat is your greatest medicine. 3 ounces of wild-caught salmon delivers 2,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically a combination of DHA and EPA. DHA is the primary structural fat in your brain and in your retinal cells. Without adequate DHA, the brain literally shrinks over time, memory falters, focus deteriorates, the risk of dementia climbs. EPA works differently. It circulates through your